we are just seeing the histology of esophagus and stomach. So before this lecture, you have just finished the histology of the small intestine. Have you finished it? Last lecture of histology. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So anybody can tell me what are the basics layer of the GIT tract, histological layer of the GIT tract?
मैम सेडोसा,
हाँ.
उसके बाद मस्कुलर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मस्कुलर लेयर, उसके बाद सर्कुलर मस्कुलर लेयर, उसके बाद सब म्यूकोसा एंड देन म्यूकोसा.
Huh? Okay. How again mucosa it is divided? Again mucosa it is divided into 3 parts or 3
into
layers.
लैमिना पोप्रिया, मैम लैमिना
हाँ.
पोप्रिया, मस्कुलरिस म्यूकोसा,
हाँ.
लैमिना पोप्रिया मैम, और लूज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू रहता है. और म्यू
3 लेयर है म्यूकोसा के. म्यूकोसा के 3 लेयर है. कौन से? एक तो लैमिना प्रोप्रिया हो गया, मस्कुलरिस म्यूकोसा. हाँ.
मस्कुलरिस म्यूकोसा एंड लूज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू रहेंगे.
नहीं. One more important layer is there, that is the mucous membrane, or you can say the epithelium.
Okay, ma'am.
So before that, small intestine it is taken earlier. So first lecture for the GIT tract histology, it is the histology of esophagus and stomach, and then later on we have to study the small intestine. And जैसे जैसे अपना ट्यूब फॉर्म होते जा रहा है, वैसे वैसे अपने को हिस्टोलॉजी का पार्ट लेना है. तो इंटेस्टाइन का आपका लेक्चर अर्लियर हो गया. So we are just see initially detailed structure of the general histology of the GIT tract. So generally the structure of the alimentary tract, mostly it is start from esophagus and end up to the anal canal. So in between these parts there shows several features which are common to all the parts. Okay, so here we consider first the common features before we will differentiate into each organ. So what are the common features? We will see that. So from starting from oral cavity, then oral cavity के बाद pharynx के बाद आता है alimentary canal. So here there are the, you can see the muscular part and partly bony part. So from the oral cavity आ जाता है, pharynx आ जाता है, esophagus आ जाता है. तो ये oral cavity partly bony रहेगा, partly muscular रहेगा. pharynx के नीचे नीचे जैसे आते हैं तो esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, then rectum and anal canal. ये parts हैं आपके gastrointestinal tract के. Okay, so from the esophagus up to the lower end of the alimentary canal. So it is a fibromuscular tube. From esophagus up to the lower end of the anal canal, this alimentary canal, it is the fibromuscular tube. So what are the histological layers of this fibromuscular tube? Now you can see this is the cut section of this fibromuscular tube. You can see the different layers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the different layers of the histologically different layers of this fibromuscular tube. So what are they? So first it is the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa and the serosa or the adventitia. क्या क्या है? Mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa and the serosa or the adventitia. So we are going from inside out, यानी अंदर से अपन बाहर पे जा रहे. जब जो आप लोगों ने अभी आंसर किया वो you are from outside to inside, that is serosa, muscularis externa, submucosa and the mucosa. This is from the outside to inside. We are going seeing the layer from inside to outside. So अंदर की तरफ जो innermost layer रहेगी that is the mucosa, उसके बाद submucosa, उसके बाद muscularis externa and then serosa or the adventitia. So what is the basic structure of each layer or what are the contents of each layer? We will see. So first layer or the innermost layer, it is the mucous membrane or you can say mucosa. So this is the innermost layer. Blue color वाला जो part दिख रहा है, that is the innermost layer. तो blue color वाला ये पूरा जो part रहेगा 1, 2, 3. So ये तीनों layer मिला के get the mucosa. So mucosa again consists of 3 layers. So that is the lining epithelium, then lamina propria and the muscularis mucosa. So these three layers, they form the mucosa. So lining epithelium, you can say that may be the whole of the GIT tract from stomach up to the large intestine. It is lined by the columnar epithelium and upper part of also the anal canal. So mostly from the stomach or you can say at the esophagus or stomach के junction से या starting from the stomach up to the upper end of the anal canal, you will get the only one epithelium, that is the columnar epithelium. Okay, so epithelium ye throughout the anal canal, throughout the alimentary canal, it is same, that is the columnar epithelium. Okay, then next layer of the mucosa, it is the lamina propria. So lamina propria, here it consists of the connective tissue. In some part you will get the glands, and also some part there you will get the lymphatic. So what is the function of lamina towards the epithelium? So lamina propria हो गया second layer. So it mostly consists of the connective tissue. So ये जो epithelium हो गया, अभी ये second वाला जो part हो गया white जो दिख रहा है, that is the lamina propria. Now the third layer, it is called muscularis mucosae. Muscularis mucosae, it is consists of the smooth muscle fiber. So in this smooth muscle fiber, you can see inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle fibers. ये आपका muscularis externa अलग से है, और muscularis mucosa, it is the part of or it is the layer of mucosa. So this layer, it consists of the smooth muscle fiber in which inner layer is circular and the outer layer is longitudinal. So here what is the function of this muscularis mucosa? It provides the movement and the folding of the mucosa. And आपका mucosa रहेगा ना, इसके foldings it will form and it moves on the submucosa. This total mucosa, it moves on the submucosa of the muscularis. So here the mucous membrane, mostly this mucosa or the mucous membrane mostly is the rest on the next layer, it is the submucosa. So you can see here, this is the second layer, that is the submucosa. So here the mucous membrane, and ये पहला वाला जो layer, that will rest on the submucosa, that is nothing but the layer of the loose areolar tissue. Okay, ये वाली जो layer है, ये nothing but the loose areolar tissue है, तो इसके ऊपर ये mucosa rest करता है. So mucosa consists of the loose areolar tissue. Then you can see here, in some part of the GIT tract, it may contain the glands, that may be the esophageal gland or the duodenal gland. Okay, so कभी कभी ये आपके लैमिना प्रोप्रिया में कुछ पार्ट्स में आपको ग्लैंड्स मिलते हैं, कुछ पार्ट्स के इसमें सबम्यूकोसा में आपको ग्लैंड्स मिलते हैं, या लिम्फेटिक एग्रीगेशन भी सबम्यूकोसा में मिलता है. Now we are seeing the general feature. Whatever specific feature, we will go deal with the specific organ. So here submucosa, it consists of loose areolar tissue. Here the mucosa, it is rest on the submucosa, and in some part it also contain the some gland, mostly in the esophagus and the duodenum. So this is about the second layer. अभी अपना mucosa हो गया, submucosa हो गया. Now the third layer, it is the muscularis externa. So muscularis externa, mostly this, whatever is the gut wall, it is derived its main strength, and it form a muscle layer around the tube. So this is the which surrounds the mucosa. You can see here this muscularis externa. Mostly it derives its main strength and form the thick layer of the muscles. So here in this muscularis externa, you will get the two layers of the smooth muscle, that is again inner circular and the outer longitudinal. And the function of this muscularis externa, it is mostly responsible for the peristaltic contraction. So you should know the function of each layer. So here muscularis externa, it is for the peristaltic contraction. तो अभी 3 लेयर हो गए, म्यूकोजा हो गया, सब म्यूकोजा हो गया और मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना हो गया. Now the fourth layer, it is the adventitia or the serosa. So this adventitia or the serosa, it is covering the muscularis externa. If there may be the serous layer or there may be the adventitial layer. So whenever there is the only loose connective tissue without peritoneum, then it is the adventitia. Then if serosa, it is covered with the peritoneum over the loose areolar tissue, then it is called as a serosa. अगर peritoneum with loose areolar tissue है, called the serosa, या फिर only loose areolar tissue और loose connective tissue है, तो that will be called the adventitia. Now इतना समझ में आ गया आपको, mucosa, submucosa, externa and the serosa or the adventitia. These are the 4 basic layers.
मैम ब्लड वेसल्स रहेंगे क्या? मैम सब म्यूकोसा में ब्लड वेसल रहेंगे क्या?
You are just seeing the हाँ, सब में ये सभी लेयर्स को भी ब्लड सप्लाई भी चाहिए, तो ब्लड वेसल्स तो रहेंगे ही, सारे ब्लड वेसल्स भी रहेंगे. बट अभी ये लूज एरियोलर टिश्यू, लूज में ब्लड वेसल्स भी आ गए. सारे स्ट्रक्चर हमने जो कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में पढ़ा है, that will now we have to system whatever we have taught in the whatever we have learned in tissue of general part. So now all the general part here. अभी कनेक्टिव टिश्यू बोला तो कनेक्टिव टिश्यू के साथ सेल्स भी आ गए, ब्लड वेसल्स भी आ गए, सारी चीजें आ गई. नाउ वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू रिपीट दैट पार्ट की कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में क्या क्या आएगा. Now you should read what are the parts. Okay. So what is there in the connective tissue at this stage you should know. So these are the basic layer. So that is mucosa. Mucosa के again 3 layer है, that is lining epithelium, lamina propria and the muscularis mucosa. So this is combinedly called the mucosa. Then second layer it is submucosa. Third layer it is muscularis externa and fourth layer it is the serosa or the adventitia. इतना समझ में आ गया. Now we are going in detail about the each layer. So the first layer it is the lining epithelium. So mostly the lining epithelium is columnar all over the gut, and a whole of the gut it is lined by the columnar epithelium. There is no other word. What is the lining epithelium of the stomach, small intestine, large intestine? So rectum, your answer should be the columnar cell. So gut का कौन सा part है जो columnar cell से line नहीं होता? So that is the only esophagus. So these two parts they are made by the stratified squamous epithelium. Okay. So your answered. जब भी stomach में पूछा जाएगा, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, gallbladder. So in सारे parts of the gut में the lining epithelium is columnar. So except esophagus and the anal canal, here the lining epithelium is the stratified squamous epithelium. So here the epithelium has the protective function. वहाँ पे why it has two and tear mechanism of protective function. So that's why here esophagus part of the anal canal it is lined by the stratified squamous epithelium. So here the lining epithelium all over the gut is column except the esophagus and lower part of the anal canal. Now this stratified epithelium, you know that it has a protective function. आपको सबको पता है, अपन ने epithelium में हर एक function देखा था. तो stratified epithelium it has a protective. The how the cells are there or what is the function of the cells of the columnar, यानी जहाँ पे जो epithelium के cells है उसका function क्या है? So cells of typical columnar cells, they have here the absorptive, or either they absorb or they secrete. So this is the function of columnar cell in the gut. So either they are absorptive or the secretory. The epithelium of the gut, it has an extensive absorptive surface. The surface is in the form of the, you can say, villi, microvilli. So they increase the absorptive surface area. Okay. So what? Anybody can tell me? Anybody from your side? What are the villi and what are the microvilli? That is, we have finished in the chapter, first chapter.
Ma'am, microvilli
Hello.
brass border columnar epithelium. Ma'am, microvilli brass border columnar epithelium होती है over the villi.
Okay. So what do you mean by in simple language? विलाय मतलब क्या हो गया और माइक्रोविलाय मतलब क्या हो गया?
Ma'am, they increase the absorption करने के help करती है.
हाँ, वो तो फंक्शन हो गया उसका. अगर स्ट्रक्चरल क्या है, स्ट्रक्चर में क्या है, व्हाट इज विलाय, व्हाट इज माइक्रोविलाय? विलाय दे आर नथिंग बट द फोल्ड्स ऑफ, हाँ, म्यूकोजल फोल्ड्स है. और माइक्रोविलाय, माइक्रोविलाय क्या है? जैसे अभी ये फोल्ड्स हो गए तो विलाय हो गया. अभी माइक्रो,
आवाज चली गई.
व्हाट आर द माइक्रोविलाय? चलो पढ़ो और मेरे को
ब्राश
बताओ.
बॉर्डर columnar
किसी के पास अगर,
epithelium.
हाँ, ब्रश भी है और दूसरी कौन सी बॉर्डर है? ब्रश बॉर्डर. और दूसरी कौन सी बॉर्डर है? एक तो ब्रश बॉर्डर है, दूसरी, और ब्रश बॉर्डर किसको बोलते हैं?
columnar epithelium.
ब्रश बॉर्डर यानी मतलब क्या है? ब्रश बॉर्डर जो तुम डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हो उसका मतलब क्या है?
Ma'am, thin structure.
थीन स्ट्रक्चर यानी काहे का थीन स्ट्रक्चर? अगर माइक्रोविलाय पता है, ब्रश का अरेंजमेंट कैसा रहता है, जो फाइबर, उसके जो फाइबर्स है उसका अरेंजमेंट कैसा रहता है? ब्रश के जो ब्रिसल्स है उसका अरेंजमेंट कैसा रहता है? इट हैज अ रेगुलर अरेंजमेंट ना. हेलो, एम आई ऑडिबल ना?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
हाँ, तो ब्रश का जो ब्रिसल्स रहते हैं उसका अरेंजमेंट रेगुलर अरेंजमेंट, तो रेगुलर अरेंजमेंट ऑफ माइक्रोविलाय दैट विल गिव द ब्रश बॉर्डर. ओके. सो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय माइक्रोविलाय? विलाय जैसा म्यूकोजल सरफेस के फोल्ड्स हैं. ओके. म्यूकोजा का जो है उसके फोल्डिंग दे विल फॉर्म द विलाय. माइक्रोविलाय अगेन द सरफेस, सेल का जो सरफेस है, अपर सरफेस, उसमें जो फोल्डिंग्स रहेंगे दैट विल बी द माइक्रोविलाय. यानी म्यूकोजा के तो फोल्ड है ही, जो इंडिविजुअल सेल्स रहेंगे उसमें भी जो फोल्ड रहेंगे अपर बॉर्डर पे या अपर मार्जिन पे, तो दैट विल कॉल्ड दी माइक्रोविलाय है.
मैम ये
आवाज आपकी नहीं आ रही मेरे तरफ.
मैम वो स्ट्रेटेड
हेलो?
एपिथेलियम होता है तो उसे ब्रश बॉर्डर कहते हैं ना.
स्ट्राइटेड बॉर्डर अलग है, ब्रश अलग है. तो यू जस्ट रीड द फर्स्ट चैप्टर फर्स्ट, यानी जो आपका इपिथेलियम, मॉडिफिकेशंस ऑफ इपिथेलियम है ना, उसमें आप पढ़ो. स्ट्राइटेड बॉर्डर, ब्रश बॉर्डर, तो अलग अलग डिफरेंस है. तो आप पहले पढ़ लो, नहीं समझ में आता है तो मुझे पूछो, बट एट दिस स्टेज यू शुड know that what is striated border, what is brush border. Okay, so these are nothing microvilli, they are nothing but the again the projections of the, you can say projections of the individual cell रहेंगे, जो epithelium lining के cell रहेंगे उसके individual cells के projection रहेंगे, that is microvilli. और पूरे म्यूकोसा का जो projections रहेगा या foldings रहेंगे, that will be the villi. So here the epithelium, it is mostly the epithelium of this GIT tract. It has a absorptive surface, and what are the factors which increase the absorptive surface? So एक तो length of the alimentary canal है, long length of the alimentary canal. So as you know, the small intestine काफी लंबा होता है, so that will add in increasing the surface area, absorptive surface area of the GIT tract. Then there are the presence of numerous folds which are involving the entire thickness of the mucous membrane. So mostly these folds, they are seen by the naked eye. So submucosa also extended into these folds. So these are the folding of the mucous membrane. So that will also aid in the increasing the extensive surface area for the absorption. Then epithelium dips down into the lamina propria that form the crypts. So what are the crypts? You should know invagination of the epithelium into the lamina propria. So that dipping of the epithelium, it is called the crypts. So that also increases the surface area. Then in some part, that is like a small intestine, the mucosa show the finger-like process, that is called the, that project into the mostly the lumen, यानी बाहर की तरफ जो projections रहेंगे, so that will in the figure like projection, that will call the villi, and that villi that increases, that also aid in increasing the extensive absorptive surface area. So small intestine mucosa, mostly it is showing the numerous finger like processes which are projected into the lumen, so that will form the villi, which increases the surface area. And here in this villi you will get the core of extensions of the lamina propria. Okay, villi के इसमें आपको मिलेगा core of extensions of the lamina propria. यहाँ पे आप mucosa will get the core of extension of the submucosa. यानी सभी उसमें यानी जो folding रहेंगे उसमें submucosa भी include रहेगा. पर ये जो villi है, villi के इसमें you will get the extension, these are extend up to the lamina propria. यानी lamina propria भी जो finger like projections दिखेंगे आपको, उसमें lamina propria extend रहेगा. And other than that, their luminal surface, it has again numerous microvilli. So here luminal surface of each epithelial cells, that bears the again numerous projections, that is called the microvilli. So these are the lining epithelium. Now, lining epithelium or epithelium of the gut, it performs the very secretory functions. So here, the what are the secretory cells, or what are the different cells of these epithelium? So mostly there are some glands. So these glands, they are the secretory cells. They are यहाँ पे जो glands रहेंगे, that will be the mostly unicellular secretory unicellular glands रहेंगे. So here the secretory cells, they are mostly scattered among the cells of the lining epithelium. यानी जो आपका columnar epithelium रहेंगे, इनके बीच में you will get the some cells that are in the form of some glands, which are the unicellular glands. Unicellular means single cell. So here single cell, it bears like a gland. So that is called unicellular gland. And so these unicellular glands, they are present in between the lining. Now in some part or in some areas, you will get the epithelium, it dips down into the lamina propria. This dipping down of the lamina propria, it forms the in the form of the crypt. So these crypts, they are nothing but the simple tubular gland. So here the epithelium dips into the lamina propria, forming the simple tubular glands. So these are nothing but the crypts. Okay. Then there are the compound and in some situation like in duodenum, you will get the compound tubulo-alveolar gland. So which these compound tubulo-alveolar gland, they are lined into the they are present into the mucosa, and their duct, it opens into the lumen of the duct. So इसका जो भी duct रहेगा, that will travel through the mucosa. तो यहाँ पे आपको secretory functions के लिए कौन से you will get the glands. So उसमें secretory function निभाने के लिए you will get the unicellular glands. So that has the secretory cells. These are present in between the lining epithelium. यानी जो columnar cells रहेंगे उसके बीच-बीच में रहेंगे. Then this epithelium, this secretory function, it is done by the some crypts. So these crypts, they are nothing but the epithelium which is dips down or it is invaginated into the lamina propria in the form of the simple tubular gland. So these simple tubular gland, they are called the crypts. Then for as in duodenum, you will also get the glands. It is that glands are, they are the compound tubular glands which are present in the submucosa. So this is the typical feature of the duodenum. You have studied. Small intestine में आपका हो गया ना? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, so small intestine में you have seen that compound tubular gland is present in mucosa, and what that glands are called, the typical name is there. What?
Brunner's gland.
Good, Brunner's gland. So these Brunner's gland, they are the compound tubular glands which are present in the submucosa. Then there are other glands are also there which are not present in these fibromuscular tube. यानी ये जो आपका इसोफेगस से लेके एनल कैनाल तक है, इसके अलावा इसके लाइनिंग एपिथेलियम या इसके वॉल के अंदर रहने वाले ग्लैंड के अलावा there are other gland which has the secretory function, that is the pancreas and the liver. So these pancreas and liver, they form the distinct organs which lie outside the gut wall, and they pour their secretions into the lumen of the gut through large duct. Okay, so यहाँ पे pancreas का रहेगा, pancreatic duct रहेगा, और यहाँ पे liver से जाएगा, gall bladder से यहाँ पे जाएगा आपका मेजर डिओडिनल पैपिला में, डिओडिनम के में ओपन रहेगा आपका पैनक्रियाट, लीवर के भी सिक्रीशंस यहाँ पे जाएंगे थ्रू गॉल ब्लैडर, ये यहाँ पे जाएगा आपके डिओडिनम में ओपन होएगा. सो दीज आर द ग्लैंड्स व्हिच पोर देयर सिक्रीशन इन द गट वॉल व्हिच आर प्रेजेंट आउटसाइड द गट वॉल. तो ये हो गया आपका इपिथेलियम. तो इपिथेलियम में आपने क्या क्या देखा है, एक तो लाइनिंग इपिथेलियम है, दैट इज कॉलमनार throughout the GIT tract except the esophagus and the anal canal. Then epithelium के बीच में you will get the to create the to perform the secretory function you will get some glands. So glands में भी unicellular रहेंगे, glands में भी in the form of crypts रहेंगे, glands में भी in the form of compound tubular gland that is specific of the duodenum which are present in the submucosa, that is called the Brunner's gland. And there are some glands which are outside the GIT tract, that is called the liver and the pancreas. So this is about the lining epithelium, that is called the first layer, that is called the mucosa.
मैम आपने जो यहाँ पे क्लिप्स की बात कर रही हो, क्लिप्स ऑफ लिबर कन है क्या?
हाँ, ये these are the clips of liver कन, यानी जो epithelium आपका अंदर की तरफ जो इन्वेजिनेशन जा रहा है, that are the crypts.
Okay मैम, thank you मैम.
हाँ, ये हो गया आपका फर्स्ट लेयर, दैट इज द इपिथेलियम, लाइनिंग इपिथेलियम. नाउ कमिंग टू द लैमिना प्रोप्रिया. सो लैमिना प्रोप्रिया में क्या रहेगा? सो मोस्टली लैमिना प्रोप्रिया इट इज मेड अप ऑफ द कोलाजन एंड कोलाजन फाइबर्स एंड रेटिकुलर फाइबर्स. ओके, सो हियर you will also get some fibroblast, blood capillaries. Now you have asked me blood vessels रहते क्या? So now this lamina propria, as it is made up of collagen fibers, reticular fibers, there are some fibroblast cells, there are some blood capillaries, there are some lymph vessels, and also nerves can be seen in this layer. Okay, so now there are some specific differences in हर एक पार्ट में कुछ कुछ स्पेशलिटी रहेगी. So here small intestine, this lamina propria, it forms the core of each villus. यानी जो आपके विलाय रहेंगे स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में, तो यहाँ पे लैमिना प्रोप्रिया जो रहेगा ये कोर ऑफ विलस में चला जाता है. सो दैट विल सपोर्ट द ग्लैंडुलर पार्ट. ओके, So this is the about lamina propria of the small intestine. Then in lamina propria, you will get some lymphoid aggregations, or you can say scattered lymphocytes. They are also present in the lamina propria. So here some of the lymphoid tissue, यहाँ से जो lamina propria में जो lymphoid tissue रहेंगे, that will also extend into the submucosa. So that in that case it is called the gut associated lymphoid tissue, or you can say GALT, GALT. So it is asked in Viva, what is GALT? GALT means gut associated lymphoid tissue. So lymphoid tissue, the aggregation of lymphoid tissue, mostly it is present in the lamina propria, but it may extend into the submucosa, then it is called the gut associated lymphoid tissue. Okay, so this is about the lamina propria. Now coming to the third part of the mucous membrane or mucosa, that is called the muscularis mucosa. So muscularis mucosa, again it is a thin layer of the smooth muscle which separates the lamina propria from the submucosa. So again this is a third layer. In this muscularis mucosa, you will get the fibrous arrangement. It is in the form of inner layer, it is circularly arranged around the lumen, and the outer layer it is longitudinally arranged. So here you will get the inner layer, they are encircling the lumen of the gut, and outer layer there are the longitudinally running fibers. So muscularis mucosa mostly it extend into the mucosal fold but not into the villi. ये आपको बात ध्यान में रखनी है. So what is the difference between the mucosal fold and the villi? Villi में आपको you will get the finger like projection of the epithelium and the core of the lamina propria. But mucosal fold you will get the mucous membrane along with the submucosa. Submucosa भी mucous fold में चला जाता है, but not in villi. Villi में submucosa जाता नहीं, muscularis mucosa भी नहीं जाता. Only you will get the finger-like projection of the epithelium and there is core of the lamina propria. Now, what is the function of this muscularis mucosa? So, contraction of this muscularis mucosa, it responsible for the local mixing of the intestinal contents. So, this is about the muscularis mucosa. Now coming to the submucosa. Submucosa, it is the second layer of the GIT tract. तो first layer हो गया mucosa. Mucosa के तीन part हो गए, lining epithelium, lamina propria and muscularis mucosa. Now second layer it is a submucosa. So submucosa again it is a layer of the loose connective tissue. This connects the mucosa to the muscularis externa. यानी जो आपका इनर मोस्ट लेयर है उसको कनेक्ट करता है मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना के साथ विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस सबम्यूकोसा. नाउ इट इज नाउ दिस सबम्यूकोसा इज जो लूज एरियोलर टिश्यू है इसका, सो इट विल परमिट्स द मोबिलिटी ऑफ म्यूकोसा ओवर द मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना मसल. यानी ये फ्रीली मोबाइल थोड़ा हो सकता है आपके मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्नल लेयर पे बिकॉज ऑफ दिस प्रेजेंस ऑफ द लूज एरियोलर टिश्यू. इसमें भी आपको यू विल गेट द न्यूमरस ब्लड वेसल्स, लिम्फेटिक्स, नर्व्स व्हिच आर ट्रैवल थ्रू दिस सबम्यूकोसा में आपको मिलेंगे. नाउ कमिंग टू द मस्कुलरिस एक्सटर्ना, दैट इज द थर्ड लेयर. So third layer mostly it consists of again the smooth muscle fibers. So here the exception it is that there is the exception of the muscularis externa. So here what is that exception? So upper part of the esophagus. So here there you will get the layer of this, it contains the layer of striatate muscle fiber, upper part of esophagus. In case of smooth muscle you will get the striatate muscle in upper part of the esophagus. In middle part you will get the mixing of both layer, that is the striatate muscle and as well as the smooth muscle. And the lower part of the esophagus you will get only smooth muscle. So exception of the muscularis externa, that it consists of smooth muscle, except in upper part of the upper and middle part. In upper part you will get only the striatate muscle, and in middle part you will get the striatate as well as the smooth muscle. Now how the muscles are arranged? So here you can say the muscles are having the inner layer of circularly arranged fibers and the outer layer of the longitudinal arranged fibers. Then here another part is there. In stomach you will get the additional layer in this muscularis externa, that is oblique layer, and also colon you will get stomach में आपको एक additional layer मिलती है smooth muscle की, that is oblique layer, and in the colon these longitudinal muscle fiber they gathered at some places and form the tinea coli. So these are the specification of the muscularis externa. So muscularis externa कहाँ पे differ हो रहा है? एक तो उसका typical arrangement है inner circular and outer longitudinal, but there are some exception part. So exceptional part is in the esophagus. Esophagus में आपको upper part में striated muscle मिल रहे in muscularis externa. Middle part में आपको mixing of striated plus smooth muscle मिल रहा है in the middle part, and lower part contain the smooth muscle only. Then these this muscularis externa in stomach you will get the additional layer, that is the oblique layer, and in colon these longitudinal muscle fibers they gather together to form the tinea coli. So these are the some modifications of the muscularis externa, or you can say the exceptions in some part of the muscularis externa. Now coming to the fourth layer, that is the serosa, or you can say the adventitial layer. Then one part I have forgot, that in muscularis externa there is also the localized thickening of the circular layer is there. यानी कुछ एरिया में सर्कुलर जो लेयर रहेगा, इनर सर्कुलर जो लेयर रहेगा, उसका थिकनिंग मिलेगा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दी स्पिंक्टर्स. सो आपको दो स्पिंक्टर्स मिलते हैं मोस्टली, विच इज विजिबल और विच इज पाल्पेबल व्हेन यू see the stomach. So that is the pyloric sphincter. So here this pyloric sphincter mostly it is present around the pyloric end of the stomach, and you will also get another sphincter, that is the internal anal sphincter, which surrounds the anal canal. Cardiac sphincter it is not well marked, but there is a physiological sphincter is there, but anatomical sphincter it is the pyloric sphincter and the internal anal sphincter. So here in this sphincter there is the thickening of the circular layer of the circular muscle layer of these यानी स्टमक में जो पाइलोरिक एंड रहेगा उसमें आपको सर्कुलर लेयर का थिकनिंग मिलेगा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पाइलोरिक स्टमक, पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर, और जो एनल कैनाल में रहेगा एनल स्फिंक्टर, वहां पे भी यू विल गेट द थिकनिंग ऑफ दिस सर्कुलर मसल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इंटरनल एनल स्फिंक्टर. नाउ कमिंग टू द सीरस और द एडवेंटिशियल लेयर. So here the outside this muscularis externa you will get the serous layer. Mostly it is the nothing but the visceral peritoneum, so that cover the most of the part of the GIT tract. Okay, so here in some places the peritoneum covering is upset, so at that part it is called by the adventitia, which is mostly consist of the connective tissue, loose connective tissue. Okay, so what is adventitia and what is serosa you should know. Serosa means connective tissue, loose connective tissue plus peritoneum, it forms the serosa. If peritoneum is absent then it is called the adventitia. So this is the detailed part of these all four layer: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa and the adventitia or the serosa. Now we will come to the specific part, that is the histology of each part of the gut tube. So first we will see the esophagus. So esophagus, this is the histological feature of the or histological structure of the esophagus. So first we will see the again the layer are same, that is mucosa, submucosa, externa, muscularis externa and the serosa. So these are the basic layer of the GIT tract. Now what are the differentiating features of all these layers to identify the organ? So mucosa, first part we are going from inside out, that is the mucosa. Here the mucosa show several longitudinal folds. You can see this is the folding. यहाँ पे देखो ऊपर नीचे दिख रहा है. So this is the complete fold of the mucosa. यहाँ पे आपका this is mucosa, this is submucosa, this is externa और इसके बाहर रहेगा that is the serosa. So you can see here in this fold the submucosa it is also extending. Okay, so here the mucosa showed several longitudinal folds and these folds they disappear when tube is extended. Now, what is the epithelium or the identifying feature of the esophagus? So here the epithelium, it is the stratified squamous non-keratinized type. ये बिल्कुल आपके टिप ऑफ टंग होना चाहिए. What is the epithelium of the esophagus? It is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Then lamina propria. So there are the esophageal cardiac glands in the lower part of the esophagus. So here lamina propria, it consists of the esophageal glands. Okay, so here again there are the finger-like processes of the connective tissue in which the lamina propria is project. So here epithelium, it is having the function that is it prevents the separation of epithelium. यहाँ पे lamina propria, it is attached to this epithelium. So this attachment of this lamina propria with the epithelium, it causes or it prevents the separation of epithelium from the underlying structures. तो यहाँ पे lamina propria ये epithelium को stuck करके रखता है. Then third layer, it is the muscularis mucosa. Muscularis mucosa here show the single longitudinal layer of the smooth muscle. Here there is no circular layer. Okay. Now this muscularis mucosa, it is poorly developed in upper part. Upper part we have seen that. So it is poorly developed in the upper part. Then lower part, it is distinctly developed and it is thickest, this muscularis mucosa, it is thickest in the, or you can say near the esophagogastric junction. And जो esophagus और stomach का जो junction है, वहाँ पे you will get this muscularis mucosa as prominent as you can see. But in upper part of the esophagus, it is absent or poorly developed. In lower part, it is distinct and near the esophagogastric junction, it is the thickest layer. So this is about the mucosa. So mucosa में specific feature of esophagus, it is that the lining epithelium is stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. With the help of this and all differentiating layer, you should able to identify the esophagus. Sometimes that it depends on the slide, whether it is animal tissue or the human tissue, you will get the esophageal glands in the lamina propria. And depends on the part from which the slide is taken. Okay. So here the one prominent feature is that the epithelium is stratified squamous non-keratinized, and if the section it has lower level, then you can see the muscularis mucosa, it will be the prominent. Now coming to the submucosa. So here submucosa, it is again the second layer. So here you can see there is presence of the esophageal glands, which are the mucus secreting glands, which are sometimes it is present and it is present in the submucosa. तो यहाँ पे differentiating feature आपको बस इतना ही मिलेगा कि you will get the gland in the submucosa. So these are the mucus secreting gland. Then third part, it is the muscularis externa or the muscle layer. So here the muscle layer mostly it consists of the inner circular and the outer longitudinal. We have seen that the muscularis mucosa जो है वो poorly distinct रहता है in mostly esophagus. So lower part में ही prominent रहता है. Muscularis externa, it is the alag part, that is the third layer. Here the fibers they are arranged in the form of inner circular and the outer longitudinal. Now what is the difference, or this muscularis externa, it is same throughout the length of esophagus? No, it is not same. So in upper 1/3 of the esophagus, you will get only the skeletal muscle. But middle 1/3 of the esophagus, you will get both skeletal and the smooth muscle fiber. And the lower 1/3 of the esophagus, you will get only the smooth muscle. So this is the difference. You should able to tell this difference, how the muscularis externa, it is arranged in the esophagus. Then fourth layer, here one more thing is that here these smooth muscle layer, that is the circular smooth muscle layer, it forms the physiological sphincter in the cardiac end and the anatomical sphincter at the, you can say physiological sphincter at the cardiac end of the esophagus. And जो आपका cardiac sphincter रहेगा, that is the physiological sphincter. So this is again due to this circular muscle fiber. और जो pyloric sphincter we have seen that is the anatomical sphincter. So this circular muscle or muscularis externa, it forms the physiological sphincter which does not appear to exist, यानी आपको वो मिलेगा नहीं, दिखेगा नहीं, but it forms a sphincter. So that's why it is called the physiological sphincter. So this is then last layer, that is the adventitia. So this muscle layer, this muscularis externa, it is surrounded by the dense fibrous tissue that is called the adventitial coat. So here the whatever is the lower part of the esophagus which comes in the abdomen. So here the lower part of the esophagus, mostly it is covered by the peritoneum. So in that case it is the serosa, or in that case it is serosa, but most of the part it is covered or it is showing the adventitial coat. Only the lower part of the esophagus it is covering the showing the serosa. तो ये esophagus की slide है, इसमें कुछ difficulty है to identify करने में. इसोफेगस की स्लाइड को आइडेंटिफाई करने में कुछ डिफिकल्टी है?
नो मैम, नहीं है.
इसोफेगस की स्लाइड में आइडेंटिफाई करने में कुछ डिफिकल्टी है. वी विल अगेन रिपीट. इसोफेगस again showing 4 layer: mucosa, submucosa, and externa, and epithelium. Stratified squamous non-keratinized layer, the lamina propria. Lamina propria में आपके vessels वगैरह सब मिलेंगे. And here's muscularis mucosa. It is ill-defined, mostly presenting the longitudinal fibers, and it is more prominent in the lower part of the esophagus, lower end of the esophagus. Then there is submucosa. Submucosa show esophageal gland which are mucous in function or mucous in nature. Then muscularis externa. Muscularis externa में esophagus के upper part में you will get the skeletal muscle, middle part में you will get the smooth and skeletal muscle both, and the lower part में you will get only smooth muscle. And the fourth layer, it is the adventitia, that is the mostly the whole of the esophagus. It has an adventitial coat. Only the interabdominal part of the esophagus जो रहेगा that will covered by the serosa. So this is about the esophagus. Now what are the confusing slide with the esophagus? Esophagus के साथ confusing slide होती है आपकी skin की. Skin में भी you will get the stratified epithelium. Then oral cavity की भी होती है. Then anal canal की भी होती है. So these are the confusing slides with the esophagus. So mostly esophagus it is compared with the oral cavity or the skin. So skin में you will get the hair follicles along with, उसमें ये 4 layer नहीं दिखेंगे. Only epithelium part you will get. Then one more thing, that the tongue की slide के साथ भी you can confuse with the esophagus. So tongue की slide में भी आपको epithelium मिलेगा, but tongue की slide में you will get the bulk of the skeletal epithelium along with the seromucous gland. So you should able to differentiate the slide with the other structure. यानी एक structure को other structure के साथ identify करना है, पर आप कब identify कर सकोगे जब आपको typical esophagus का structure आपको पता रहेगा, तभी you are able to identify or you are able to differentiate with the other slide. So this is all about the esophagus, histology of esophagus. Now we are coming with the stomach. So again you can see this is the slide. You can see these are the mucosal fold. This is the stratified squamous epithelium, and here you can see this is the glandular duct. This is lamina propria. So here muscularis mucosa, submucosa में आपको mucous gland दिख रहे हैं. So with the help of this esophageal gland and this stratified squamous epithelium, you should able to identify. Now coming to the stomach. So stomach again it is muscular bag which the food bolus it is enter into the muscular bag, that is the stomach. So here the stomach acidifies and convert the ingested food into the thick viscous pulp, that is called the chyme. Then it has absorption. It absorbs water, salt, alcohol, and some drugs also. These are absorbed. Then here the stomach का जो mucosa रहेगा, it shows some folds, that is a longitudinal fold. These are visible with the naked eye, that are called the rugae. These rugae, they are disappear when the stomach it is expanded. Then these mucosa also show the tiny grooves. So these tiny grooves, they are in the form of the gastric pits. Then there are glands are present which are present at the bottom of the gastric pits. Now anatomically, what there are the four parts of the stomach, namely that is the cardiac, fundus, body, and the pylori. Okay, so these two slides we have to study, but anatomically there are the four parts, that is cardiac, and fundus, body, and the pyloric part of the stomach. Layer they are same. Stomach it consists of submucosa, muscularis externa, and a serous layer. Now here the all the structures, that is the muscularis externa and a all the structures, that is the mucous membrane, submucosa, muscularis externa, serous layer, they are same earlier. Okay, whatever the structure it is same. Where is the difference? So here mucous membrane and the muscularis externa, they have some special features other than the normal features, so that it is differentiated. So stomach में आपका fundic part और pyloric part, how they are differentiated or how they are differentiated from the other part of the GIT tract. Now coming to the mucous membrane. So mucous membrane of the stomach, it is mostly lined by the columnar epithelium. Here mucous membrane, it shows the numerous fold, that is called the rugae, and these rugae, they are disappear when the stomach it is distended. So here lining epithelium, it is again but the columnar epithelium, and in between columnar epithelium you will get the mucus secreting cells. So here what happened, the lining जो apical part of the lining cells है, जो apical part of the columnar cells है, so that is filled with the mucin, and this mucin it is washed or it is removed during the processing of the tissue. जब अपन slide करते हैं, prepare करते हैं, तो that in that way in that case is called processes the tissue. So in the processing of tissue, लाइनिंग इपिथेलियम के सेल्स है, कॉलमनर सेल, उसमें जो अपाइकल पार्ट में जो मटेरियल है, दैट इज म्यूसिन, दैट इज वॉश्ड आउट. सो हियर द अपाइकल पोर्शन you will see as a empty appearance, or you can say vacuolated appearance. Why this is so? Because the mucin it is washed out during the processing of the tissue. Now this columnar epithelium hai. So here the mucus secreting cells, they protect the gastric mucosa against the acid and the enzyme which are produced by the, so it has that is the mucus has. Then it's deep into the this lining epithelium, it is deep into the lamina propria, so it forms the gastric pits. So these gastric pits, they extend into the thickness of the mucosa. मतलब it will and ये जो extend up to the thickness of mucosa means it is present up to the lamina propria. It also extend up to the lamina propria or the muscularis mucosa, not in the submucosa. जो म्यूकोसा के 3 लेयर है उसका पूरा एक्सटेंड यानी उसका पूरा थिकनेस तक these gastric pits they can be extend. Now these deep to gastric pits, this mucous membrane, it consists of the numerous gastric glands, and these gastric glands, they are of 3 types: main, gastric, cardiac, and the pyloric glands. इतना समझ में आया? सो इपिथेलियम में लाइनिंग इपिथेलियम रहेगा, लाइनिंग इपिथेलियम में इट इज अ कॉलमनर इपिथेलियम. जब आप स्लाइड को देखेंगे तो कॉलमनर इपिथेलियम में यू विल जस्ट सी द न्यूक्लियस, you cannot see the proper margin also, but the upper part of the जो सेल रहेगा कॉलमनर सेल, it consists of mucin, and mucin it is washing of the tissue, so that's why you will get the vacuolated appearance or empty appearance. Then this lining epithelium, it is invaginated into the lamina propria in the form of gastric pits, and gastric pits it is occupying whole the thickness of the mucous gland. And deep to these gastric pits, the mucous membrane, it is associated with numerous gastric glands, and these gastric glands, they are nothing but the gastric glands, cardiac glands, and pyloric glands. So now we will see the feature of each part. Now coming to the gastric glands. So main gastric glands, they are present in the lower part of the, mostly they are present in the body of the stomach and the fundus part. So these gastric glands, they are the simple tubular gland. So these branch tubular glands, they are present in the at right angle to the face, and these glands, they are open into the gastric receiving opening of the several glands. So here the pits occupy the superficial 1/4 or the lace of the mucosa, and remaining part of the mucosa, it is occupied by the gastric glands. So here, depending on the length of the pits, you can the fundic part and the pyloric part. So ratio, you can see this is the slide of the stomach, the fundic part. So the gastric pits, it is associated with the gland. So you can see these are the simple tubular gland. Okay, and these glands, they are open into these gastric pits at the end of these gastric pits. So main gastric glands, they are present over the, we have seen that most of the part. So these gastric glands, they are present over the most of the part of the stomach, but they are not present in the pyloric region. Okay, so these simple tubular gland, just remember that these simple tubular gland, they are not present in the pyloric region, and they are also absent in the small area near the cardiac end. So you can say that these gastric glands, they are often associated with the, they are often all called, they are called as a fundic gland. Mostly it is related with the fundus of the stomach. Now these gastric gland, they are simple branch tubular glands. So you can see these are long ये जो दिख रहे हैं ना, so these are the simple tubular gland. So they are present at the right angle to the mucosal surface. This is the mucosal surface, and they are present at the right angle to the mucosal surface. Now you can see the glands, they are open into the gastric pit. So this is the gastric pit. So this is opening of this gland, it is present into the gastric pits. So here so here the most of the, you can see these are the glands, it consists of the different types of cells. So there are varieties of the cells present in the epithelium lining the glands. So here there are the chip cells. First it is the chip cell, or you can say peptic cells, or the zymogen cells. So these are mostly present, these are numerous in the basal part of the gland. Here this, what is the description of the gland? So here the cells are mostly cuboidal. Here the cells are mostly cuboidal to low columnar. The size of the shape of the cell, it is cuboidal to low columnar. Here you can see the cytoplasm, it is basophilic cytoplasm. You can see here the blue cells, बड़े बड़े सेल दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे. You can see this is the chip cells or the peptic cells, or you can say the zymogen cells. So here the cytoplasm, it is basophilic. So you can, these cells, they can be stained with the, or with the special method, these cells, they are seen to contain the prominent secretory granules in apical part of the cytoplasm, and they contain the granule, the pepsinogen, which is the precursor of the pepsin. So here with the help of electron microscope, these cells, deep cells or peptic cell or the zymogen cells, they contain the abundant rough endoplasmic reticulum and the prominent Golgi apparatus. So this is about the chip cell and peptic cell. So cheap cells, they are nothing but the, you can say these are the cuboidal to low columnar showing basophilic cytoplasm. So you have to identify these cells. But sometimes you are unable, with the help of light microscope, you are unable to identify these cells with the basic cytoplasm. You can identify the cells with the pink color cytoplasm. So what are they? We will see oxyntic cell or the parietal cells. So you can say here, these are the large ovoid cells. So these are the large ovoid polyhedral cells with the large central nucleus. You can see here the mostly large cells, बड़े बड़े cells दिख रहे हैं, centrally placed nucleus दिख रहे हैं. So these are present mostly singly. यहाँ पे you can see single. हाँ, हेलो
मैम बीच बीच में से आवाज थोड़ी सी कट जाती है.
अरे, now it is, I am audible clearly.
यस मैम आता बरोबर है. हाँ अभी आ रही है आवाज.
हाँ ठीक है. So you can see the oxyntic or the parietal cells. These are the large cells, ovoid or polyhedral cells. We can say central nucleus. Or these cells they appear or they present singly amongst these the peptic cells. यहाँ पे बड़े बड़े peptic cells दिख रहे हैं. ये वाले जो शहर के blue cytoplasm वाले, इसके बीच में pink color के cells दिख रहे हैं. That is mostly singly present. So these cells mostly they are numerous in upper half of the gland. Now these oxyntic cells, they are stained strongly with the eosine. So you can see here pink color cytoplasm. Okay, so these parietal cells, they lie against the base membrane and often bulge outwards into the lamina propria. So it gives the beaded appearance. So mostly they appear to buried among the chief cell. So here the main function of the oxyntic cell or the parietal cell, it is the secretion of the hydrochloric acid. So here you can see the fourth number, that is the pink color cell. These are the oxyntic cell. And यहाँ पे ये जो white cell दिख रहे हैं, that is the chief cells. Now there are the other type of cell, that is the mucous neck cell. So upper part of the यानी जो near the upper end of the gland जो रहेंगे, so यहाँ पे आपको other type of cells मिलेंगे, that is called the mucous neck cells, mostly near the upper end or you can say neck of the gland. So these are the large cells with clear cytoplasm. So mostly here the nucleus is flattened. You can see clear cytoplasm दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे bluish color नहीं दिखेगा. So these are present mostly near the neck of the gland. So the nucleus is flattened and pushed to the base of the cell by the accumulated mucus. So here the supranuclear part of the mucous neck cell, it contains the prominent granules. So here this is the third type of cell. Then there is the fourth type of cell, that is called the Argentine cell. So these are the endocrine cells. Mostly they are present over the basal part of the gastric glands, and these contain the membrane bound neurosecretory granules. So here these cells, they are flat cells. They do not reach the lumen, but they lie between the chief cells and the basement membrane. So here the function of these Argentine cells, they secrete the gastrin hormone. Then there are some undifferentiated cells, that is called the stem cells, which multiply to replace the other cells. So here the number of the stem cell may be increased when the gastric epithelium is damaged, and these these undifferentiated cell or the stem cell, they play important role in the healing. So कौन से सेल हो गए आपके स्टमक के इसमें फंडिक पार्ट में? एक तो चीफ सेल्स हो गए और दूसरे हो गए कौन से सेल हो गए? एक तो चीप सेल, ये हो गए चीप सेल्स. पहले सेल्स थे चीप सेल्स और पेप्टिक सेल्स और the zymogen cell, then oxyntic or parietal cells, then mucous neck cells, and then Argentine cells, and there are the stem cells. So this is the cells which are present in the fundic part of the stomach. These are different types of cells in the glands of the fundic part of the stomach. So this is the histological features of this is the picture of the fundic part of the stomach. So you can see here कॉलमनर इपिथेलियम, कॉलमनर इपिथेलियम का अपर एंड एम्प्टी है, ये आपके ओवल एलोंगेटेड न्यूक्लियस दिख रहे हैं कॉलमनर इपिथेलियम के. म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन इट्स डीप्स डाउन टू शोइंग द गैस्ट्रिक पीट्स. गैस्ट्रिक पीट्स भी ज्यादा डीप नहीं है, दे आर द शैलो. देन दिस गैस्ट्रिक पीट्स के एंड में यू विल गेट द न्यूमरस गैस्ट्रिक glands. Now these gastric glands, they are the tubular glands in case of the fundic part. So his gastric glands contain different types of cells. You can see pink color cytoplasm, blue color cytoplasm with clear cytoplasm. So you can see the different cells. So and then there is the muscularis mucosa. This is submucosa. Features are same and muscularis externa. Only difference it is between the mucosa. Here the gastric glands containing the different types of cells. So with the help of these you have to identify the fundic part of the stomach. इसमें क्या रहेगा स्पेसिफिक फीचर? एक तो शैलो गैस्ट्रिक पीट्स. गैस्ट्रिक पीट के एंड में मिलेंगे यू विल गेट द सिंपल ट्यूबुलर ब्रांच ट्यूबुलर ग्लैंड्स. और ये सिंपल ब्रांच ट्यूबुलर ग्लैंड्स कंटेन द डिफरेंट सेल्स. Okay, 4 types of cells you should able to tell. So this is the fundic part of the stomach. Now there is the cardiac part. Cardiac part की slide नहीं है. Mostly it is present over the opening of the esophagus. Lamina यानी mucosa जो भी रहेगा वो thin रहेगा. Gastric pit बहुत ही shallow रहेंगे. And you will get here the cardiac gland that is in the form of simple tubular gland. And you can see here the gastric pits. जो पहले डायग्राम में देखा था वहां पे gastric pit थोड़े deep थे और यहाँ पे और shallow है. और it is this is the गैस्ट्रोइसोफेजियल जंक्शन. यहाँ पे इसोफेगस का एपिथेलियम दिख रहा है, दैट इज द स्ट्रैटिफाइड स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम. और यहाँ पे स्टमक का एपिथेलियम दिख रहा है, दैट इज द कॉलमनर एपिथेलियम. सो दिस इज द गैस्ट्रोइसोफेजियल जंक्शन. सो बिटवीन हियर टू डिफरेंशिएटिंग लाइनिंग एपिथेलियम यू कैन सी. दिस इज ऑफ इसोफेगस स्ट्रैटिफाइड स्क्वैमस and this is of the stomach, that is the cardiac end. Now coming to the pyloric end. So pyloric region, here the gastric pits, you can see here the deep gastric pits as compared to the fundic parts. So if this gastric pits is occupy the 2/3 of the depth of the mucous membrane. यानी mucosa का जो 2/3 part है that will occupied by the gastric pits. और अपन ने fundic part में देखा था that will this gastric pits is occupy the 1/4 part of the mucosa. So here the ratio of gastric pits to the mucosa, it is 1:4 in the fundic part, and in gastric part it is the 3:4. and यहाँ पे 2/3 part जो रहेगा वो occupied by gastric रहेगा. Now there are presence of pyloric glands. So pyloric glands again they open into the end of the gastric pits. So here the pyloric glands, these are the short and these occupy the deeper third of mucosa. You can see here. Yeah, get 2/4 part आपका 2/3 part occupied by the gastric pits and 1/4 part it is occupied by the pyloric glands. These pyloric glands again they are the simple branch tubular glands. Mostly these are the simple branch coiled tubular glands. So that's why you will get this appearance. वहां पे fundic part में these are the simple tubular glands. So that's why you get the elongated sections. यहाँ पे simple branch coiled tubular glands. So that's why you will get the multiple cut sections of the glands. So here the glands they are lined by the cells. Occasionally you will get the oxyntic and other pyloric parts. So some pyloric glands they may pass through the mucous membrane. So they also enter into the submucosa. Rest of the part it is same as that is the muscularis externa and the serosa it is same. Then in lamina propria, so as in lamina propria the mucous membrane here it is packed with, you can see this part it is the lamina propria, it is packed with the these pyloric glands. So here the connective tissue of this lamina propria it is scanty. यहाँ पे आपको कम से कम lamina propria का connective tissue मिल रहा है because it is mostly occupied by the whole of the lamina propria. It is occupied by the gland. Then you can see the muscularis mucosa, it is well developed. So here you can see here the circular and longitudinal layer as as we have described in the mucosa. You can see mostly the circular layer, it is prominent in the muscularis mucosae. Then muscularis externa, we have seen starting में अपन ने देखा कि stomach में you will get the additional layer, that is the oblique layer. So here you get the three layer of the muscularis externa, that is the oblique, circular and the longitudinal. So this is all about the, you can say all about the histological part of the esophagus, stomach, stomach ka fundic part and the pyloric part. So we will again compare. So lamina propria, it is same. We have discussed already. So you can see both the structures of the gland and both the parts, the structure of the both part of the stomach. So this is the fundic part and this is the pyloric part. You can see here the gastric feed. This complete, it is the mucosa, starting from the luminal surface up to this muscularis mucosa. So ये आपका आ गया mucosa. So mucosa ka only one part it is occupied in the fundic part, or in the fundic part only 1/4 part it is occupied by the gastric tubes. But here you can see these are occupying up to the 2/4 part of this mucosa. So it is extending up to the, you can say, you see 2/3 part it is occupied by the gastric feeds in the pyloric part. Now here the lamina propria mostly it is occupying these fundic glands, which are the tubular glands, simple tubular glands. So, and these simple tubular glands, this consist of different types of cells. You can see here different types of cells. But in case of pyloric part, you can see here these are nothing but the branch tubular coiled gland. So that's why you get the cut section of the gland. आपका circular cut section of the gland. So this is mostly occupying the whole of the lamina propria. So यहाँ पे lamina propria का connective tissue आपको you will get a minimal amount. Then muscularis mucosae is same, and in the stomach the most of the muscularis externa you will get the fourth layer, that is the oblique layer, again the inner circular layer and the outer longitudinal layer. So this is all about the esophagus, fundic part of the stomach and the pyloric part of the stomach. So you should able to differentiate all these three slides. So you can see this is the diagrammatic representation. So this is the simple columnar epithelium, this is the gastric feed, this is the mucous neck cell. So these are the fundic gland. You can see fundic glands में ये आपको chip cells मिल रहे हैं. Then these are the parietal cells. You can see here parietal cells means जो रहेंगे, these are nothing, whole of the जो yellow color या orange color दिख रहा है, this is the fundic gland. Then this is the muscularis mucosa. So whatever is the difference you will get, you get differences in the mucosa. So again this is the slide showing the fundic part of the stomach. You can see gastric feeds. These are the long tubular glands. This is the muscularis mucosa. This is the submucosa and this is the muscularis externa. This is the pyloric part. You can see this gastric feed, they are extending. Here the ratio it is 3:4, and 3 part it is occupied by the gastric feed out of 4 part. And ये पूरा mucosa it is divided into 4 part, जिसमें से 3 part जो है it is extend up to the gastric feeds. But fundic part में था तो only 1 part it is occupied by the gastric feeds. Most of the lamina propria it is occupied by the pyloric glands, which are the branch coiled tubular gland. So you will get the multiple cut section. Muscularis mucosa is same, mucosa is same, and this is the muscularis externa. So here again the additional layer, that is the oblique layer, is seen in addition to inner circular and the outer longitudinal layer. So here cardioesophageal junction you can see. So this is all about the histology of esophagus and the stomach. So any difficulty?
मैम आर्जेंटिफिन सेल और स्टेम सेल आर्जेंटिफिन सेल और स्टेम दिस पार्ट में देख सकते हैं क्या स्लाइड में?
ना दैट वी हैव टू स्टे विद डिफरेंट स्पेशल स्टेन लगता है उसके लिए, और दे आर यू कैन सी विद इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रो ओनली यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई द parietal cells. जो पिंक कलर के सेल रहेंगे और ब्लू कलर के सेल यू कैन डिफरेंशिएट.
ओके मैम। और मैम जो अपर ओसोफेजियल स्फिंक्टर रहता है ना, वो तो एनाटॉमिकल होंगे ना, जो
कार्डियक
अपर
स्फिंक्टर जो कि
ओसोफेजियल स्फिंक्टर होती है।
कार्डियक स्फिंक्टर जो रहेगा इट इज नॉट एज यानी जैसा पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर है ना, पूरा जो आपको सर्कुलर फोर्स पूरे एग्रीगेट्स हो जाते हैं उस हिसाब से, एज कंपेयर टू दैट इट इज नॉट वेल डेवलप्ड कार्डियक स्फिंक्टर, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द फिजियोलॉजिकल।
पर मैम जो अपर ओसोफेगस के अपर में जो स्फिंक्टर रहेगा वो एनाटॉमिकल होंगे ना, तो उसमें स्केलेटल मसल होंगे क्या?
हाँ, अभी इसोफेगस में पूरा अपर पार्ट में यू विल गेट द स्केलेटल मसल्स। तो जो आप इसोफेगस में
ओके
अभी
मैम।
एचएनएफ में आप पढ़ोगे ना, फेरिंग्स का जो भी पार्ट पढ़ोगे उसमें आपके स्केलेटल मसल्स आ जाएंगे। सो विच स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म द यानी ओरो इसोफेजियल जो स्फिंक्टर फॉर्म करता है, तो कौन सी मसल फॉर्म करती है, दैट विल बी कवर्ड इन द ग्रॉस एनाटॉमी ऑफ द इसोफेगस, और यू कैन ग्रॉस एनाटॉमी ऑफ द फेरिंग्स, उसमें कवर हो जाएगा।
और मैम जो म्यूकोसा का फोल्ड है वो सब म्यूकोसा तक जाएंगे क्या?
हाँ, म्यूकोसा के म्यूकोजल फोल्ड है उसमें सब म्यूकोसा भी एक्सटेंड होएगा।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
So shall we close the meeting? Any more difficulty? No one has any difficulty. So I am just closing the PowerPoint presentation.